Our next speaker, not guest. I'm used to guest from my podcast, so. Martin Čech. Martin is the CTO and co-founder of Anycoin and 21M Group. He is a developer with background in Silicon Valley. As the CTO, he's responsible for the implementation of 21M vision and development of Anycoin services. So let's give it to Martin. Good luck.
Hey everyone, good morning. As I said, I'm co-founder of this company and Anycoin Bitlifi, and these are our three biggest products. We have been in business for 6 years now, and we have a lot of experience from the industry. And today I wanted to share some knowledge and experience that we gained about security and what you can especially do to stay safe when buying crypto, trading crypto, etc. So what I'm going to talk about, we are launching an exchange today, later in the afternoon, and I want to talk about how to be safe when you are using exchanges or any similar businesses. A lot of stuff that I will talk about actually applies broadly and in general anywhere on the internet, really. So let's do this. I will talk about where to buy, how to buy safely, how to store Bitcoin safely, and I would like to spend more time actually on real-world scams and frauds that we are experiencing, just to help you guys avoid them. So let's take the journey from the start. You want to get your Bitcoin somewhere. Many options today, it's getting only better. I will talk specifically about exchanges, but there are, of course, other ways you can exchange Bitcoin peer-to-peer. There is Vexel. You can buy Bitcoin in ATMs. You can actually earn Bitcoin. You can try asking your employer to give your salary in Bitcoin. You can also mine Bitcoin. There are many ways how to get it. Let's focus on getting it on exchange. Exchange has few advantages. First, it's very convenient. It's easy. Probably the easiest option from all of them. So when you decide to go for an exchange, I would highly encourage you to just go for large and reputable brands. Many of the scams that we are experiencing, our customers tell us that they bought Bitcoin in some unknown place. It's often a scam. They try to move it to our platform later, and they are surprised that some small business that they believed in actually was just a fraud. So if you are at the beginning, just go for reputable and known brand. It's easy as that. One thing to look at is where that exchange actually has a headquarters. If it's some strange country, some country far away, it's a red flag. It doesn't mean it's a fraud, but it certainly is a red flag. Also, you can look which jurisdiction they fall into, because if you have trouble with them, that's where it will be settled. And also make sure that this exchange is not based in some tax paradise. Definitely a red flag as well. So let's start with the very basics of how to stay safe on an exchange. I'm pretty sure you know most of them, but I kind of felt the obligation to tell you anyway. When you are starting an exchange, always use unique login credentials. We are seeing scams where accounts are taken over just because user uses the same username and password all over again. If your wife is Mary and she was born 1982, Mary 1982 is not a good password, of course. No matter how strong the password is, if you just have one and you use it in 20 websites where you go, it's only a matter of time when one of them gets hacked and the password can be broken. I suggest that you use this website, haveibeenpwned.com. I think it's pronounced like that. You can just put your email there, and it will tell you if your email appeared in some of the breaches. And you can also subscribe to be notified when it happens in the future. It's a great thing to just be aware that your security might be compromised. Always turn on multi-factor or two-factor for all your important accounts. This is one thing that many users actually don't do because it's not convenient. but the data shows that if you do this, you avoid like 99% types of different attacks. We had almost no accounts breached that had multi-factor turned on. It's a great ratio of how much work it takes to do it versus how much security it provides. It also applies to your email account. And the reason is your email account contains a lot of sensitive information. It often shows the history of your trading. So if your email account is not protected and some hacker gets inside, they will know what you have done. They will see what you have been doing for years. They can see which exchanges you are using, and then from there, they can start attacking you because they know where your money is. Last two things is secure your device. Probably goes without saying. If you are using your computer or phone for trading, you should always use biometric authentication when possible, or at least any other form of two-factor. And never ever log in from other devices. Never, like, if you want to show something to your friend, do not use their computer to log into your account, of course. Public networks, when you come into conference like this, there is often Wi-Fi available. I would actually suggest that you don't connect to these networks, because that's one of my favorite attacks, is that hackers come to these conferences too, and they bring their own router. They will start Wi-Fi with the same name, and they let you join their network. They reduce security on the network, and they can actually see what you are doing if you are not careful. So, because of this reason, I never join public networks in airports, hotels, conferences. I know I'm a bit paranoid, but if you want to protect your funds online, I think it's the way to go. So, now that you started an account on an exchange, you set up a two-factor, and you started trading, or you bought Bitcoin. The next step is where to store it. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, because there are entire talks, and you probably already know that you shouldn't leave your Bitcoin on an exchange. That is true, and despite I'm the guy running an exchange, I will also tell you the same thing. We don't want your Bitcoin. We are happy if you buy it, but exchange is not good storage. Best thing to do, buy a hardware wallet. You probably heard it if you are here. Just know that hardware wallet is not like the ultimate solution that solves everything. There comes responsibility with hardware wallet. It's as safe as your seed. So you are responsible for protecting the seed, and it's up to you how you do it, where you put it. Just some experience. We heard about a dog eating the seed. We heard about wife throwing it away because it was just some weird paper with words, so she threw it away. These things happened. I would suggest learning from that experience. And one thing to think about is also inheritance. You probably want your Bitcoin to be passed to your family, to your kids. If you just bury your seed in your garden and you don't tell anybody, it might stay there for a really long time, and your kids will never see it. So I'm not going to talk too much about how to do it today, but it's just something to keep in mind. If you have more money, good thing to consider is actually security deposit in a bank or in a private company, because it comes, it like follows the inheritance process if something happens to you. About an exchange. Do not store your Bitcoin on an exchange. It's not a wallet. It's a terrible place to keep your Bitcoin long term. It only makes sense if you are actually trading actively, and you should only keep there the funds that you use for trading and nothing else. Last thing, software wallet. I think actually it's the worst out of these three, because your seed is yours, which is great, but it is stored on a device that is connected to internet. And that's pretty much compromising the security. My personal take is, if the seed was stored on any device that was connected to internet, even for a short time, I consider it compromised, and you should throw it away. I mean, move your Bitcoin, then throw it away. And software wallets are great because they are easy to download, easy to play with. It's a cool tool to be used literally as a wallet, right? If you keep the same amount of money, like the pocket money there, fine. It's great for testing, great for quick transactions, small transactions. It's not a good storage for your savings. So let's move to the actual scams that we have seen. And these scams are happening these days. These are recent things. They usually come in waves. And we are seeing them. We are fighting against them. We are trying to get every scammer out of our platforms. We are getting better at it. I would dare to say that we actually catch most of them these days. And scammers started leaving our platforms because when they are not successful, they just move somewhere else. But I consider these very important because they can be quite damaging. And I want to just spread awareness about these things. Because once you know about them, you are very immune, because when it happens to you, it will just click right. Yeah, I heard about this. This is definitely a scam. And the funny thing is, if you don't hear about this, you are actually very vulnerable, or many of us are. And it's surprising. People always say, when they hear about this scam, this would never happen to me. I would never fall for this. But we have seen highly intelligent people, lawyers, doctors, that were scammed these ways. So it works to some extent. It still happens. And I just want to spread awareness because I think it's the best way to fight it. So how does it go? Bank conspiracy, that's my work name for this thing. It starts with a phone call, usually, and somebody tells you that they are from your bank and that your bank account has been compromised and your money is not safe. And there are multiple stories that they try, but they generally try to tell you not to talk to anyone. They tell you to move quickly because there is no time. And they also tell you not to call your bank, usually because some weird story like some people involved in the branch that you belong to are involved in this conspiracy, and do not talk to them, do not call them, otherwise you will lose your money. And what happens next is that they will tell you, police will call you and they will tell you what to do. And 15, 20 minutes later, the police actually calls you, and it's just another scammer from the same group. They confirm the story, and this way they build up a story that seems legit, and they try to make the victim usually either withdraw the money to cash and then buy Bitcoin with ATM, or just move the money to different bank account. And it's weird that it works, but sometimes it does. And how to defend against this? Well, first thing, just ignore this, right? Your bank will never call you and tell you to do these things. So if you just ignore it, it's done. Second thing is staying calm. What these scammers do is they try to invoke emotions. You either think rationally or you are emotional, and that's what they try to do. They try to scare you, they try to put pressure that it needs to be fast, and they try to make you not to talk to anyone, basically. So one great defense is just pick up a phone, call somebody you trust, and tell them, hey, this is happening to me, what do you think? Once you do it, you will probably realize that it's weird, that you shouldn't listen to those weird guys on the phone, and you are safe. So scam number 2, the work name AnyDesk. AnyDesk is a legit application that allows remote connection to another device. It has mobile application, so you can actually control mobile phone remotely, or you can control desktop. It's similar to TeamViewer or others. Of course, you need to install it on the target device first. So how does it go? It, again, starts with a phone call. Somebody tells you that they offer an investment. My personal take, if somebody calls me about an investment, I just hang up. My money is super important thing to me. I'm not going to talk about it to a stranger over the phone, which I think is a generally good advice, which is why I said this is when you hang up, my personal advice. But if you don't, what happens next? They will tell you that they have this investment platform, and you can start with just small amount to see how it works. And they are actually investing so much work that they have a website with some investment platform. When you send money there, somewhere, it actually appears there. There are charts that show your balance. It will show you that you are making money. And they can actually keep you like this for months so that you start trusting that platform. And over time, they will learn more and more money from you. And at some point, often not even in the beginning, they will ask you to install an application called AnyDesk. And the justification for that is just to keep track of your account, to stay safe, whatever the story is. But if you install AnyDesk and allow remote access, it's game over for you. The reason is the scammer has full control of the device as long as it's turned on, and they can even freeze your screen and do things so that you don't see it. And if they manage to get in your bank account, your social media, to your email, they have pretty much access to everything. If they have access to your phone, there is a chance that if you are using text messages for two-factor, they will get access to those text messages. They will get to your bank account. What they do next is that they withdraw all the money to some of their accounts. They will even take loans, which is especially vicious, right? They don't not only steal from you, they will take loan in your name, and they will buy often Bitcoin. And this is especially damaging. What these guys do, that they target elderly people, people over 60, 70, and they take time. They talk to them for weeks, for months, and it's quite like, I take this like especially immoral, because you are stealing from an old person and they are taking their entire life savings, even plus loans. So how to defend against this? Well, again, ignoring it is the best thing to do. Second general rule of thumb, just don't invest in things that somebody told you over the phone. I think it's weird if some stranger actually came to your house and told you, hey, I have this investment platform, and do you want to join? And you will go like, yeah, wait a minute, and you take all your cash and you just hand it over to them. You would never do it, right? But sometimes over the phone people do it. And installing things, applications that strangers tell you or somebody on the internet tell you, always a red flag. 100% of these cases are scams. Yeah. So, last scam that I prepared for this talk, PayPal buyer. How does it go? It actually targets people who are selling something online. Imagine you are selling like a bike or phone, and the scammer pretends that they want to buy it from you. They ask for your bank account information, and they say that they have sent the money, but the money was blocked. Like they say they do it over PayPal, and they say PayPal blocked the payment, and in order to unblock it, you need to pay some either toll or security deposit or taxes, just some fees. And they just make you feel that your money is just almost there. You just need to pay $100 and you will get it back and it will be done. So people fall for it sometimes. Of course, there is no payment, there is no PayPal. These guys even have fake domains that look like PayPal. Their emails are 100% exact copies of emails from PayPal. So they just try to convince you that just pay a little bit and you will get your money and sell your thing. Never happens. Again, how to defend? Ignore. Just if somebody sends you a payment, just wait for the payment to arrive. And if it doesn't, just don't do anything. Also, every excuse that something has been delayed or that I need to talk to somebody and provide some information, almost always a scam. Few more common scams that we are seeing. This thing, I will send you twice as much back. You probably saw it online as comments on social media, where somebody tells you, just send me Bitcoin to this address and I will send you twice as much back. Now they evolved. They actually do it if it's small amount, and then you send more, and then they steal it from you. So it still doesn't work ultimately. Phishing emails, it's a never-ending story. You will always keep getting phishing emails. For example, if you buy a hardware wallet and the scammers learn that you have a hardware wallet, they will try to target you with emails that look like emails from Trezor or Ledger, and they will be saying things like, your security was compromised, here is a link to protect it. They take you to a website, and then the website asks you to put your seed there. And you are smart, you know you shouldn't be doing it because seed doesn't belong to any device that is connected to internet. Again, sometimes it works, don't fall for this. Another thing that was actually quite recent is money laundering. If you are asked to buy Bitcoin for somebody and keep some percentage out of, from that money, it's certainly money laundering. If you do it, you are actually part of the crime. You can go to jail. If it seems like easy money, it is, but it comes with risk that, of course, you don't know about, or at least they don't tell you about it. Another type of scams that we are seeing are platforms that promise unrealistic returns. There are also tokens that promise unrealistic returns, especially tokens that you can only buy and cannot sell. I'm not sure why people buy them when you cannot sell them. They show you the value of the token. You see that you are 20–30% in profit, but you cannot sell it. I personally would not buy this thing, and I don't recommend it. So defense against these scams in general, it's good to be stoic and skeptical. There are a lot of people trying to get your money easily. Just don't believe everything that people say online. Don't join suspicious circles. Sometimes you are invited into Telegram groups. Very often dangerous places to be in. Not all of them, of course, but if it's about investing, about making money, just being stoic is a good thing. Yeah, just to sum this up, takeaways: when something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. When you are under pressure, it's worth just taking a breath and think and talk to somebody. We used to say that not to talk to strangers about investments. Now I say just do not talk to anyone about your investments, not over the phone, not even in person. Do not talk about your private information. Story from my own life, I just stopped saying any of my private information to the phone. I got a call from unknown number. It was a lady from the bank where I recently opened bank account, and she asked me, "Sir, to verify who you are, I need you to tell me the last 2 digits of your birth number." And I stopped for a second and I said, "No. You need to find a better way how to verify me." And I told her, "I believe that you are who you say you are, but I'm still not going to tell you, I'm sorry." And she was cool about it. We were laughing. She actually found a way. She was trying to sell me something. So she said, "Well, I don't know. I didn't verify you, but I can tell you a general thing about our products." So it worked out. But these small pieces of information, when you give them away, somebody out there can be actually collecting them and building your profile. And at some point, they can build such a good profile that they can actually impersonate you. Yeah, and the last thing, when in doubt, just ask for help. Just to end on a positive note, when I started learning about all these scams over the years, it was quite depressive. Seeing people stealing from other people is not fun, but it's not everything out there, right? One thing that keeps me optimistic is scammers never win long term. All the scams that we see go away in time. And the reason is because people learn about them, and that's what I'm trying to be part of. And they just need to reinvent themselves over time, over and over again. So it's really an annoying game of you constantly need to make up something new just to keep scamming people. Second thing, security is not that hard, and it's only getting better. We are getting really cool tools that keep us safe. Also, scammers are getting cool tools to generate deepfakes these days. But I believe the technology itself is neutral, and we can use it both ways. So I think there is hope. I think the scammers are not going to win. They are never going to stop. So we will also have to keep fighting. But I think we have a decent chance. And the technology is only getting better and better. So I think the future actually looks quite good for us. So that's it from me. Thank you for listening. If you want to chat, we have a big booth for our new exchange, days.com, for our exchange AnyCoin.cz, for our wallet Bitlifis. So happy to talk to you guys. See you later.